Hello everyone! In this video we are going to compare the flagships of the Huawei and Xiaomi campaigns, the P30 Pro and the Poco F2 Pro. You'll find out the distinctive features of these smartphones, their advantages and disadvantages. At the end, we're going to decide which smartphone is better for a particular user. While you are pouring some tea, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to the channel, like this video, click on the bell, and write which model is better in the comments below. I left links in the description of the video so you can compare these smartphones and find out their cost. Let's get started. The case of the Huawei P30 Pro is made of metal, while the back is made of glass. The smartphone is available in three colors: black, light blue, and northern lights. It is the blue model that is in greatest demand. The buyer is fascinated by the pleasant gradient and the shining of the anodized metal under the 3D glass that cools your palm. There are three cameras along with a flash on the back of the smartphone. The front camera is hidden in a small cutout on the front panel. The fingerprint scanner was hidden in the screen, so you won't see it on the side edges. At the side panel, there are the usual volume control buttons and a lock key. The smartphone's display itself is slightly curved around the edges, so it will be even more pleasant to hold and use it. The Xiaomi engineers and designers decided to make the smartphone uncompromisingly frameless. That is why the front camera of this smartphone leaves the body. There is a thin chin, only at the bottom. The model is available in blue, gray, and pink. Similar to Huawei, the Poco F2 Pro's body is made of metal with glass on the back. The back itself is slightly rounded, making it easier to hold it. There are also four cameras in a round podium. The glass has a glossy surface. The metal underneath is also anodized and has small overflows that play effectively in the sun. The fingerprint scanner is also hidden under the screen. It is very difficult to choose a winner in the design category. The Huawei P30 Pro is eye-catching and overall looks impressive due to its striking design. The Poco F2 Pro, on the other hand, impresses with its strict minimalist design, due to which it looks interesting as well. The P30 Pro has a 6.47-inch display. The matrix itself is OLED with a resolution of FHD plus 2340 by 1080. The pixel density is 398 ppi. Xiaomi went the other way. That is why the Poco F2 Pro has a Super AMOLED display with an FHD plus 2400 by 1080 resolution with a pixel density of 394 ppi. The diagonal of the screen is 6.67 inches. The manufacturer promises us super accurate HDR10+ color reproduction with limitless picture effect. As a result, the displays are about the same. The P30 Pro has a better type of matrix. However, the screen of the smartphone from Xiaomi is completely frameless. You won't notice much of a difference. The P30 Pro comes with Android 9 operating system from the box, and immediately upon purchase there is an opportunity to upgrade to Android 10. The official source says that this model will be included in the list of those that will receive the update to Android 11. The EMUI acts as a shell. It works smoothly, it is fast, and unlike other phones, it has a huge selection of themes. At the same time, it is featureless and it doesn't attract the attention much in terms of design. Many users notice that. Due to this shell, the smartphone is energy efficient, and the battery life is increased. The security on the smartphone, as on most Androids, is terrible. The P30 Pro can be unlocked by face even if you show the photo of the same person. The Poco F2 Pro, Xiaomi, comes preloaded with Android 10. Xiaomi has also announced that the model will be updated to Android 11. The shell is MIUI, which can be considered the standard of firmware. Many phone makers look up to it. It borrows many elements from iOS, looks nice in general, works quickly and smoothly, has many built-in programs that make life easier for an average user. The security is also much better here. In general, everything is approximately the same for both smartphones, but the F2 Pro wins a little due to its shell. It's worth saying a few words about Huawei and their conflict with the United States. The American sanctions do not apply to the P30 Pro model, so there will be no problems with Google services, unlike the descendant of the P40 Pro. The P30 Pro was designed to be a flawless photographic flagship, but it isn't quite as cool as we thought it to be. Among the shortcomings, it lacks the ability to shoot 4K at 60 FPS on the main camera. Only 30 are available. The 4K on the front camera in general. There is the poor video stabilization of the main camera compared to OnePlus and iPhone, the floating image when shooting video with the front camera, the sound when shooting is far from crystal clear. In the matrix of the smartphone, there is not an RGB sensor, due to which there will be yellow instead of green. Because of this, the picture will be bright, saturated, but the colors will differ from real ones. Sometimes, a photo taken at 10 MP is better than the one taken at 40. The main advantage of this smartphone's camera is how it shoots at night and the magnification. There's not much to tell about night photography. The lighting is closer to the normal camera's quality than to ordinary smartphones. The magnification makes this phone the king of zoom at the time of its release. The telephoto lens is truly innovative. Xiaomi just wanted to make a quality smartphone with a good camera. There is no telephoto lens in it. The ability to record at 4K 60 FPS is there, but the stabilization and an extended color profile only work at 30 FPS. There is a possibility of shooting in 8K. The microphone is pretty good, but it doesn't cut off the wind noise. At night, unlike the P30 Pro, it shoots very mediocre photos. The photos are quite good, but without such an increase. To summarize on the camera, the duality depends a lot on the camera's application. The Google camera is best suited for this role. There is a good stabilization which will work even at 4K 60 FPS on the F2 Pro. Objectively, Huawei's smartphone shoots better, especially at night and at long distances, but there are also disadvantages in the form of poor stabilization. The camera optics could also be better because a lot depends on it, so the winner is the P30 Pro. Dear friends, don't forget that there are links to both smartphones provided in this comparison in the description of the video. Follow these links to find out their characteristics and compare. Meanwhile, moving we're on. Huawei followed the footsteps of Samsung and got its own processor. After a year, it cannot be called a top-end anymore. In terms of characteristics, the smartphones are close to each other, but Xiaomi takes the lead in overall processor performance and faster RAM. And 2.2 test shows that it has more points. The total storage capacity is the same here, but there is no way to install a memory card on the F2 Pro. Huawei also supports Nano SD, which you can't find everywhere. As a result, the performance of the Xiaomi smartphone is a couple of steps ahead of the Huawei's one. The P30 Pro's own processor is a minus rather than a plus. Android is much better optimized for Snapdragon processors, so just like it happened with the Samsung Exynos, the phone will start to lag. In the network category, both smartphones are almost completely identical, and there is not much to tell. The Huawei P30 Pro does not support 5th generation networks, but in Russia, they have not yet developed properly. If you live in a place in the world where there is 5G, then Xiaomi gets another point in its piggy bank. The smartphone, from Huawei, has a 4.2 Ah battery. The battery life is 11 hours. Fast charging comes with a power of 40 watts and charges in an hour. The Xiaomi has a battery capacity of 4.7 Ah. Its battery life lasts for 13.5 hours. The fast charge is 30 watts and it lasts 63 minutes. In general, the smartphones are almost the same in this indicator. I have carefully studied the reviews on these smartphone models in online stores, and I want to share my opinion with you. Let's start with negative reviews. The Huawei P30 Pro. 1. The glass is too fragile. 2. It has a bad sound. 3. It periodically freezes due to its own processor. The Xiaomi Poco F2 Pro. 1. The camera could be better. 2. The diagonal of the display is too large. Positives: the Huawei P30 Pro. 1. The performance is high. 2. The camera is great. 3. It has a good battery life. 4. It looks good. 5. It has a long memory. The Xiaomi Poco F2 Pro. 1. It has an interesting design. 2. The battery capacity and battery life are quite good. 3. There is 5G and mini jack available. 4. There is large memory capacity and powerful processor. As a result, I can say that both flagships are good, and it is rather difficult to choose the best one between them. Both have good hardware, cameras, and stylish looks. The P30 Pro can be recommended to people who are often on the road, often take pictures, and want to attract attention with its outstanding appearance. The Poco F2 Pro is better suited for gamers due to its battery life and processor, but its feature set makes it an inexpensive flagship killer. So, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell. Don't forget that the description contains all links with prices and characteristics of these smartphones. See you soon!